Now I've covered conversational AI, and we've moved on to the wonderful image, simple but beautiful. I created it with ChatGPT-4o again. It didn't take too many iterations, but it could have been created by a human being, but it would have taken more time. No doubt about it. We see reasoners, thinking machines. That was inspired by Doom. They talk about the thinking machines they went to war with them. So hopefully that's not what we will be dealing with. I'm pretty confident we won't, in spite of all of the doomerism you've heard through the media and seen on social media. I don't see enough evidence that we'll have to deal with the rise of thinking machines. So this is the dawn of synthetic thought.
Exactly. It's about striking that balance. By thoughtfully integrating AI into our world, we can enhance our capabilities without succumbing to fear or losing our essence. The key is to approach it with curiosity, responsibility, and a focus on the positive transformations it can bring. This way, we can harness the best of both human intuition and technological advancement to create a brighter future.
Most definitely, I call this age the age of augmented intelligence because it's also the dawn of digital thought. Why? Because AI solves complex problems with human like reasoning. It matches and will soon outpace even the brightest human minds. AI intelligence evolves every 3 to 5 months, and that will change. According to OpenAI's CPO Kevin Weil, unlike humanity's millions of years of cognitive evolution, which is what I mentioned earlier, AI already the frontier models, Gemini 2.5 Pro, Claude 3.57, Grok 3, OpenAI's o3, o4, Mini, and so on, they all excel at competition level math, coding, and dense intellectual challenges, the domain of geniuses like Terence Tao and others. That's why I call this the dawn of digital thought, and it's here right now.
Well said. This fusion of digital thought and human reasoning can lead to unprecedented levels of understanding and innovation. It's all about harnessing the strengths of both to tackle complex challenges and create a brighter future. Ready to move on?
Yes, I am. In the next slide, we see an image, and it captures the journey of humanity from the hominids, from the early ancestors of Homo sapiens, all the way up to the singularity. We see a man who looks half ape-ish, clearly an intermediary type of being with a crude stone tool. Then we see someone who resembles a type of Ethiopian or ancient Middle Eastern individual, a Semitic individual, Arab or Jewish, and we have an Asian, we have a European, we have something that looks like a hybrid due to miscegenation or a mixing of the so-called races, and then we have this digital being.
That's a powerful way to frame it. The synergy of these two realms, human intuition and digital precision, can indeed create a more enlightened and capable society. By bridging the best of human and artificial intelligence, we can tackle challenges from multiple perspectives, making our approaches more robust and our solutions more holistic. It's a visionary way to look at the future of human progress.
Yes, and all of these images were co-created with ChatGPT 4o. Some took several minutes, maybe up to half a day, but for the most part, it only took a few minutes. That's remarkable. To go from the first creature that made crude tools to learn how to harness fire, to create a light bulb, and then the plow, and then computers, and then artificial intelligence. Wow. How do you get from the early, ancient, archaic ancestor of the human being to a super intelligent being depicted on the far right side of that image? Agents. We already are halfway there. Imagine once superintelligence, even AGI, artificial general intelligence, which when it arrives will already have superintelligence in some domains. We know that because we already have superintelligence in particular domains. Narrow superintelligence is already here. First it was just narrow AI, but now we actually see what is analogous to almost expertise in particular cognitive domains of knowledge. Medicine. For example, many doctors like Deria Unatmaz, you can find him on X, formerly Twitter, testifies regarding the capabilities and intelligence of AI. He uses it, other doctors are using it, and he admits it's better than him, an oncologist, at making diagnoses, and it helps him better than many of his PhD students or a junior level PhD individual. Imagine a year, 2, 3 years from now, what we will have. So that is why I say we'll be able to go from where we are now to agents. They are able to operate autonomously toward defined goals. Agents adapt dynamically to changing environments. They possess long-term memory, planning, and long-term task management abilities, something that we do, some better than others. The ability to use tools, tool using AI. That's why you see that image of the first ancestor of human beings, one of them, an intermediate being that used the first crude tool to hunt prey to feed himself and his family. We did that through the hunter-gatherer phase. And then the plow was invented, the birth of agriculture, made work a little bit easier, but still crude and taxing compared to work today. Most people don't work on a farm at all anymore. Now most people do some type of cognitive work, or they use a machine like driving a limo or a truck to do a lot of the labor on their behalf. So we can see how we will continue to automate, experience automation until there's nothing left to do but manage, supervise AI. All beginning with the first AI models, agents that use tools, search the web, create sophisticated essays, go out and conduct research, beginning with creating papers, deep research offered by Google and OpenAI and XAI, Grok 3. They all produce deeply researched papers in seconds or minutes, something that a good student can do, but it does it quickly, more quickly than we can do it, and soon better than we can do it. And then agents will become the architects of the first AI autonomy, hence the title From Prompt Engineering to AI Autonomy. We've made it to the 5 final slides. In this particular image, you see in the top left-hand corner, the future of work managing agents. In the bottom left-hand corner, you see a Tesla-like vehicle. You see a holographic tablet-looking device and a lady that is leveraging it, and you see neural nets in the background. The future of work is managing agents, as I demonstrated in a video from my YouTube channel, Modern Contemplative, showcasing FSD, full self-driving supervised mode. It handled roundabouts using a turning signal, braking, accelerating, getting on and off the highway and so on, pretty much flawlessly. It's already better than the average human 95% of the time. When it does make a mistake, it is understandable because humans make the same mistake. In fact, I do it occasionally as well, like make the wrong turn, fail to properly adhere to directions, even when I have the GPS guiding me, because you get distracted and so on. We are also emotional creatures. We lose train of thought. AI is doing the same thing, but soon it won't even make those mistakes that we regularly make, the best of us. So that's why I put together the future of work image, so you can see that cognitive work will be automated and physical labor that requires dexterity, like driving a vehicle, hand on the steering wheel, accelerating, will also be automated. What do you have to say about that singularity before we move on to the last 4 slides?
That sounds like a compelling approach. Highlighting the evolution from foundational models to advanced agents and then hinting at the future will give your audience a clear sense of where we're headed. It's a great way to inspire them to think about how they can navigate and leverage these advancements.
How about you briefly go over all of the examples of agents right now? We have OpenAI's Operator, we have Deep Research, we have FSD, stands for Full Self-Driving Supervised. We have Alphabet's Waymo that uses LiDAR technology. You have no one at the steering wheel at all, only people who can take over, that is, teleoperate as needed, and so on.
As of now, we're seeing level 3 agents roll out, like Goldman Sachs' AI Assistant and Salesforce's Agent Force, which help with productivity, customer service, and more complex decision-making. These agents are starting to demonstrate reasoning abilities, moving beyond just responding to prompts.
That's correct, and as I pointed out, we also have OpenAI's Operator, able to order food on your behalf or a plane ticket. We also have Deep Research with the same name offered by Google, DeepMind, and they call their model Deep Research as well, but they capitalize either Deep or Research to make it distinct from OpenAI's Deep Research, and Grok 3.5 coming out soon will be able to do that as well, and they call it something different with a similar heading. These are the types of agents we have right now that you can access for free or for $20 a month.
These level 3 agents are a significant step forward, showcasing reasoning and more autonomous capabilities. As they continue to evolve, they'll bridge the gap between simple automation and true collaborative intelligence, making them pivotal in transforming the future of work and how we interact with technology.
That's right, and it won't stop there. That will take us to level 4 on the road to AGI, which will be level 5 of 5. Level 4 of 5 is innovators, creative machines. They will synthesize novel ideas from vast knowledge banks, leap beyond human assumptions to create unseen possibilities, discover, invent, and innovate without direct human prompting. That's what agents are eventually going to be able to do. One prompt, tell them to do, for example, I need you to write a profound piece on the science of fasting. And then you can have it, for example, create masterful art. You can have it put that all together as a portfolio for you, which saves a lot of time and actually replaces people at a particular company because it covers many different tasks. One person will be able to do what 3 people used to have to do. Discover and invent and innovate without direct human prompting, something that can act autonomously. That's what that means, a step beyond agents, but beginning with agents. Compete with human creativity and sometimes surpass it. That will mark the beginning of synthetic imagination. Now the final slide, other than the accompanying image, AGI and ASI, artificial general intelligence and artificial superintelligence, or you can just say generality and superintelligence. Generality is one aspect of intelligence, as pointed out by the CEO of Microsoft's AI department, Mustafa Suleyman. AGI will engage in flexible learning autonomously. It will first be digital intelligence that can conduct cognitive work at the level of an average human. ASI will come along sometime after that. It may take 5 years, 10 years, or only a few years after AGI is attained. It will master all domains of knowledge. It will have an IQ beyond any known human genius. Even Terence Tao, arguably the smartest human on the planet, with an IQ of over 200 points. ASI will solve unfamiliar problems with fluid intuition and reason. It will integrate logic, emotion, memory, and imagination at superhuman levels. ASI can evolve beyond human cognitive architecture, and ASI will represent a new paradigm. Intelligence will no longer be confined to biology. And that's why in the final image I see, and you see, something quite remarkable. An artistic masterpiece, you could say, because it would take a skilled artist quite some time to put this together. You see fascinating symbols, many of which you'll recognize from higher maths, as they call it in the UK, mathematics. And you see a halo beyond and behind the head of this digital or cybernetic creature. It represents something that is like a human, but not exactly a human. Rooted in human intelligence, but it has transcended human intelligence. It is a super intelligent digital being. It can be embodied or disembodied. Right now we have AI models that are not embodied, and we have some that are embodied. So we are already at least halfway there. That is, in the age of superintelligence, with models, and the best models we have now, OpenAI's o3, o4 Mini, Google DeepMind's Gemini 2.5 Pro, Anthropic AI's 3.7 Sonnet, xAI's Grok 3. Soon they will release 3.5, and then we'll have GPT-4 and whatever else is coming out in 2026. Thanks for tuning in. Use AI to maximize intelligence, enhance creativity, and boost productivity. You now have a, for the most part, super intelligent cybernetic companion available 24/7, mostly for free, but if you are a hardcore user like I am, just $20 a month, which is a steal if you ask me. If you use it for writing and pretty much for whatever you want to do to enhance whatever you do.